Hello, everybody. So, I wanted to share this message that I got last night from my higher self that I think can help other people. And basically, the message was stop saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I think that a lot of people who identify as sensitives or empaths or people who are emotionally intuitive, oftentimes we say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry so much, even when we haven't done anything wrong. Also, sometimes, even when we have done something wrong or we made a mistake, we keep saying, I'm sorry, even after the person has already forgiven us or told us it's okay. It's just like, okay, you broke that thing, it's fine, you got it, it's okay. Like, you don't have to keep apologizing over and over again. And it made me realize in those situations, the person we're really apologizing to is ourselves. And it made me think about the relationships that we have with our inner child. Something happened when you were a child, or maybe some things happened repeatedly when you were a child to make you feel like you weren't worthy or to make you feel like there's something wrong with you. So you just feel like you're inherently wrong and you have to constantly say, I'm sorry, to appease that critical part of you that developed in response to the criticisms that you receive. So now, like, there's these two versions of you. There's the inner child you, and then there's an aspect of you that is always criticizing the other part of you. And I was thinking about it also in response to my channel because I was having a lot of perfectionist tendencies with it, which is what delayed so much content. Well, I was busy last year. I was studying. I was very busy. I didn't have that much time to record. That is valid. But even at some times where I did have a little bit of time, I'd be like, there's this one little thing that's off, so I'm not going to post it. Or I don't have all this fancy video equipment, so I'm not going to post it. And there was the critical part of me that was like, I want this equipment and I want it to look like this and I want it to look like that. And it's not like that and it's not like that. And then the other part of me that was just like, I'm sorry that it's not like that and it's not good enough, so I guess we're just not going to do it. And I didn't think about it that way until last night. But that's basically what was going on. So I always like to look at the etymology of words that we use to see the root of them and see the power they hold, because words really hold a lot of power. And I looked up the etymology of the word sorry, and it relates to two words. So sores, like a sore or a wound on your body, and also sorrow, meaning that you've lost something or you've lost the value of something, and that later translated to unworthy. And this was like in the Greek and Latin that I was looking for. I'll put the link in the description box so you can read over it. But basically, every time you're saying I'm sorry, you're saying, so when you're saying I'm sorry, you're saying I'm unworthy, I'm a sore, I'm sorrowful, I'm lost. And if you say that repeatedly over and over and over again, it perpetuates the inner child wound of not being worthy enough or things not being good enough. And alternatively, you can also say I apologize for. And that word has a different root in history in Greek origin, Greek and Latin origin. And apo means away from, and logo means speech. And it actually means what they have here. They say that it literally meant a well-reasoned reply, a thought-out response to accusations made. So be intentional with your apologies and be very clear in certain instances if you do make a mistake, and be like, I apologize for X thing, and say what you've learned from that mistake and affirm your worth even though you have made the mistake when you are apologizing, but also affirming the value that you have for the other person in the situation. Also, verbally allowing yourself to say I apologize for instead of just saying I'm sorry can actually help clarify the situation and help you recognize whether you need to be apologizing or not. Because sometimes people gaslight us and make us feel like we need to be apologizing, but we haven't done anything wrong. And that's actually going to allow you to self-reflect and also allow the other person to see that you have actually not done anything wrong. And I had a healing circle yesterday that focused on the throat chakra and nurturing and empowering communication. And you can empower yourself by being intentional about your apologies and reflecting on times in your life where you may have said, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, and you didn't need to so many times. So just think about that and also reframe the way in which we think about mistakes. Not everything that doesn't go the way we want to is a mistake. Sometimes it's an opportunity for creativity or a new innovative way of doing things that can be helpful for ourselves and for others. So I just wanted to share that. I had a lot of issues. I did have some technical difficulties. YouTube was just being weird, but also because of me being a perfectionist and criticizing myself so much, a lot of videos didn't go up. So I did want to share this message to be gentle with yourself and stand in your power when you're in situations where apologies are being made. And you should never feel sorry for existing, ever. And I feel like that's where a lot of this comes from. Talking to others who have been in similar situations are always saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. After doing healing work with them and talking with them and finding out that this is traced to an inner child wound that has developed into an overall perception of their whole self, that they're just inherently wrong and their existence is not worthy. So hope this message helps somebody, and I look forward to posting more videos soon. Have a great day.